All right, Shalom. First, let's start by saying all praise to Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, by Shem Kakadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that's doing the truth and sincerity. Now, this is just another quick lesson. So I'm going to jump right into it. This is Psalms chapter 2, verse 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? Right? And the heathen is raging. Let me just give a prime example. Moab, thinking that they're going to be the next rulers of this world. The nations see America currency being devalued and they're getting rid of the dollar. And China is the next coming up superpower, and after China is Russia. So China think that they're going to take over the world and whatnot, but that's a vain thing that's being imagined. It says the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, "Let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cord from us." Right. So all the nations came together to try to get rid of Israel. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. Then shall he speak unto them in his wrath and vex them with his sore displeasure. That's why a lot of these nations are getting jacked up. That's why a lot of stuff, all this type of chaos and stuff happening in these nations, from tsunamis in Japan to China gets all types of pestilences and dust clouds and freezing winters. That's extra cold and stuff. But that'd be the judgment of Yahweh Shemel Shai. Yet have I set my king upon my holy hill of Zion. I will declare the decree. The Lord hath said unto me, Thou art my son. This day have I begotten thee. Ask of me, and I shall give thee the heathen for thine inheritance. Talking about to Israel. Ask of the Lord. You got to come back to this wisdom, knowledge, understanding that's in this Bible. And the Lord going to give you these nations to rule over, and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession. Right, and you're going to get to own the world. It says, Thou shalt break them with a rod of iron. Thou shalt dash them in pieces like a potter's vessel. Right, so the Lord going to give his men spiritual power to fuck these nations up. You're going to be able to do all types of stuff to them within the laws. But, we're going to be able to kill them and bring them back to life, hang them, stuff of that nature. They did it to us. So that's a righteous judgment. It says, Be wise now, therefore, O ye kings. Be instructed, ye judges of the earth. Talking about his prophets, his elect. Serve the Lord with fear and rejoice with trembling. And how do you do that? You got to find out how to do it. You got to come back to the Bible. Because I think, like I said, the wisdom is the fear, to know him and know what he requires and, your history and stuff like that. That's how you show the Lord that you fear him. Kiss the Son, mean get his son the truth, lest he be angry and ye perish from the way, when his wrath is kindled but a little. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. Right. So you got to put your trust in Yahweh Shema Shai. This is Jeremiah chapter 51, verse 19. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break in pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. Right? So the Lord will give his men spiritual power to break in pieces the nations, man. You how we have the elect, we're gonna get to put our hands on these people. Put our hands on these nations and these kingdoms who have done to us, done evil with us. And with thee will I break in pieces the horse and his rider, and with thee will I break in pieces the chariot and his rider. Right, so going towards their armies and stuff, man. It says, and their capabilities and stuff that they got in the army. But it says, with thee also will I break in pieces man and woman, and with thee will I break in pieces old and young, and with thee will I break in pieces the young man and the maid. Right. So, you're going to get the fuck up everybody when that time come. You know? The maid is talking about the women. It said women on here twice, too. Because these women are wicked, man. The Lord is finna get these bitches. Because Esau lifted up this kingdom to worship women. Just today, in India, they got this custom that women can't enter into a specific temple dedicated to a specific god, and Esau had been bringing democracy over there, and so happened a woman entered into that temple, on some women's liberation shit, and it's a lot of women that's doing like little marches and like holding like little chain lines and stuff of that nature, and the men snapped. They over there rioting right now because of it, because ultimately, when you think about it, it goes back to the scriptures, man. Women are supposed to be taught at home with their husbands. One, what they doing is exalting themselves and lifting up the women. And men know that, so they're not having that, and it's happened to a lot of the nations, and that's why a lot of nations are fighting against America now, because they know America bringing that bullshit over there. America lifts up agent provocateurs, put agent provocateurs in your nation, and have your nation rise up against its government. And then America comes in and topples the nation. So it says, verse 23, I will also break in pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock and pastors, and with thee will I break in pieces the husbandman and his yoke of oxen, and with thee will I break in pieces captains and rulers. So all these people that's calling themselves up over us, as far as them captains and rulers go, these kings and shit, kings and these 5-star generals and all these so-called men of war, and the ones who got the top knowledge in this society, we're gonna fuck them up, man, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. Y'all right is our way of the elect, and those who don't get the power on this side and got to be birthed back into the kingdom, because you got a 1/3 and you got a 2/3, they're going to have that power when they come back. So, because it's a such thing called reincarnation in the Bible. And I will render unto Babylon, which is America, and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea, all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, said the Lord. It says, behold, I am against thee, O destroying mountain, said the Lord, which destroyest all the earth, Esau. And I will stretch out my hand upon thee, and I will roll thee down from the rocks, and will make thee a burnt mountain. Right, so America going to be destroyed, man. The second Ezra chapter 6 verse 6. Then did I consider these things, and they all were made through me alone, and through none other. By me also they shall be ended, and by none other. Talking about the world, because people be wondering when the end of the world is going to come. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, and when shall be the end of the first, and the beginning of it that followeth? Right. It says, and he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's, which represents the 12 tribes of Israel, hand held first the heel of Esau, which is the Edomites, the Caucasian race. For Esau is the end of the world, and we watching Esau's kingdom come down, America, because America is the top ruling kingdom on this planet right now, and these nations have to, listen and hear out what America says, man, because the Lord lifted this kingdom up, but it's coming down because they're starting not to, and they're getting rid of the dollar, and and so on and so forth. It says, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followed. Right, Jacob represents the 12 tribes of Israel. Our kingdom is coming next, man. We watching Esau's kingdom come down right before his eyes. So it ain't nothing they're gonna be able to do to stop it. Ain't no other nation gonna rule after Esau, because our kingdom is coming, man. Yahushua said he was gonna take the crowns of the kings, and everything will be put back in this normal order. It's righteous order, because the world was made for our sakes from the beginning. So, with that being said, all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Kakadash, double honors to the elders and apostles that rule well, and salutations to the brothers that stand in truth and sincerity. Shalom.